Welcome to watch the instructional video on the use of DWIL marble paint. Watch your specific kit video and read through all of the instructions prior to painting, as the videos and instructions are meant to complement each other in helping you create the countertops you've always wanted. Don't forget, it's just paint applied to your style and preference. Let's get started. Remove any latex or caulking with a box cutter. We recommend caulking once you've completed painting all of your countertops. Use tile or marble cleanser for smooth surfaces. Do not use any other cleaners. Rinse with water at least twice to remove all cleaner residue. Once dry, sand the surface smooth with fine grit sandpaper. Wipe up the dust with a damp cloth. Thoroughly mix the provided paint materials, Part 1 a primer, and Part 1b hardener. Use a sponge roller to take a small amount of primer and roll it to smooth the surface. Once dry, repeat the same steps to apply the second coat, and allow to dry for 2 hours. You will need 2 coats to cover most surfaces, but for darker colored countertops, you may need a third. After applying the second coat, if you notice any spots that you missed, first allow the countertops to completely dry before touching them up with the brush. The brush and rollers are reusable, and the tools should be cleaned promptly to avoid drying and hardening. Before you begin, please note that this process is not necessarily difficult, but it does take some practice and patience. Be sure to take a step back every once in a while to see how your veins look from a distance. It can be easy to feel overwhelmed by the amount of white space that you'll be working with. It can also be tempting to fill in every single space with veins. To maintain just the right balance of white space and veins, we recommend 2 or 3 major veins per 3-foot section. After shaking the gray veining or white highlight paint can well, fill your misting bottle with water and grab the kit's included artist's brush. Begin your first vein by gently holding the artist brush and lightly drag the gray veining mineral across the surface of your countertop. Slightly twist your brush as you drag to emulate the flows of natural marble. Try not to paint perfectly straight diagonal lines, and keep your vein as thin as possible. And if the weight of your vein starts uneven, or if it's broken in some sections, no worries, the variation adds to the character and creates a more genuine look. Open Part 4 of the can, which contains 2 packages of products. Keep in mind that Part 4 is 1 bag of resin and 1 bag of activator. Pour the entire can of the epoxy activator into the epoxy resin can. Then, using a stir stick, stir the epoxy mixture for 2 minutes. If each material is undermixed, it will prevent the finished application from completely curing. Slowly pour the entire mixture on your countertops. You'll want to pour out the contents onto your countertops immediately after mixing, because the epoxy's hardening rate will accelerate when left in the can. Lightly brush back across the length of the backsplash once or twice, to minimize the possibility of runs and bare spots. Grab a bright light and closely inspect your countertops for bare spots, bubbles, or lint. Most of the trapped air will release on its own within a few minutes of rolling. However, for the occasional bubble, lint, or dust, use tweezers to gently pop the bubbles or pull out the debris. Just make sure not to use the tweezers. After an hour,